Did Green Bay make the right move, their decision in giving this type of deal to quarterback Jordan Love? Now, given what he's already done in Green Bay, you could say yes. 1 year as a starter, he made the playoffs, 9-8 in his first season. Went 7-3 at the end of the season to get Green Bay into the playoffs in a very weak NFC last year. Now, it was a roll of the dice decision for the Green Bay Packers. This is either going to be a really, really good thing, and they're going to look back at this and go, this was a great deal. This was fantastic for us because we're not having to pay him over 60 plus if he was happen to continue to be successful in the league over the next couple of years. But at the same time, you have to ride things out with a little bit of maybe we'll just see what happens, and hopefully it doesn't come and bite yourself in the rear like some of these other contracts have for some of these other teams that have given quarterbacks a good amount of money right away after one successful year, and it bite them in the rear end. We've seen it over and over and over. And hopefully this isn't the case, but you've seen what they did in Miami yesterday as well, giving Tua Tagovailoa the same kind of, pretty close to the same kind of money, 4 years, $212.4 million, like 53.1 mil a year as well. So this new contract for Jordan Love, just basically like a contract extension. There's just some weird things about it. It's basically a contract extension. It's not a whole new contract. But it's a 4-year, $220 million deal with 155 guaranteed on this one. Now, it's a good chunk of money for a guy who's been a starter for one season. So that's where it is. So this new $55 million per year deal matches what quarterback Joe Burrow is getting, who's been to a Super Bowl. Yes, he's been hurt quite a bit here and there, but he's been very successful in Cincinnati. It's also matching what quarterback Trevor Lawrence is getting, and he hasn't necessarily proved what he is. But again, the way the NFL market is right now, you got to pay these guys right now. If not, you're going to get stuck in the spot like you are in Dallas, where you got to give all this money to your quarterback because he's been really good. Because he's been really good over the last couple of years. Hasn't had a lot of playoff success, though. That's the only downfall there. But giving this guy the same type of money that a quarterback like Joe Burrow is getting, like Trevor Lawrence, like Jalen Hurts, like Tua, even Jared Goff and Justin Herbert, they're all up there in that 50 mil range per year for these NFL quarterbacks. And it's kind of crazy, but that's what it is. So Jordan Love is going to be the guy in Green Bay through at least the 2028 season. He'll be 30 by then. He's 25 now. He'll be 30 by the time that contract ends, whether or not he gets another extension in Green Bay or if they just kind of like let this play out and whatnot. But Jordan Love led the team last year. He led the team to a playoff appearance in his first year as a team starter. He threw for over 4,000 yards, had 32 touchdowns on the season. Again, it's just a changing NFL market. It really is. And the more money is being tossed around, then again, this is a deal that makes sense for the Green Bay Packers going forward. Yeah, you can look at this and go, this is a good deal right now for us, because you could possibly be paying him, say he goes out and wins, is in the playoffs, he wins the division, he beats out the Detroit Lions, he beats out Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, even Minnesota, who's probably going to be a little on the downside. But if you were to pay him after that, say I know his contract was expiring after this year because it was only a 1-year contract extension from his rookie contract, basically. But at the same time, if he had success going into this year and after this year, say you sign up for another 1-year deal, 2-year deal for like, I don't know, 25 mil a year, something like that on that order, 30 mil a year. And he has success and he makes the playoffs those 2 years, gets you in at least the NFC Championship game, if not the Super Bowl. If he doesn't win a Super Bowl by chance, then you're going to have to pay him a lot more money in 3 or 4 years than you would have to now. You'd probably looking close to 60 million. He's already making 55 million. You'll be looking close to probably at least 60 million on the year. We've seen what quarterbacks are making who've been to the Super Bowl, who've been successful, who played in the NFL for several years and have had success over those years as well. So you can't imagine what they'll get later on if they continue to play in the NFL. And what, again, this is that type of thing like in Miami. Yeah, Tua could continue to keep having success and be the same thing, same thing for Jordan Love. He could continue to keep having success in the NFL, and you have to pay him more money later on, which is not what you want to do. Realistically, it's not what you want to do, but you have to do it. Hopefully they don't end up in the same situation that we're seeing in Dallas, where they're going to have to pay their quarterback more and cannot build around him like the issue we're seeing in Dallas right now. So in the and he did start 17 games last season, so we'll give him that, which included a 7-3 run to get the Packers to the playoffs. So not bad, but again, we're going to see the same kind of roster issue in Miami, in Cincinnati. I mean, you already possibly seen it in Cincinnati if they can't get Jamar Chase paid. You see that there. You see the same thing in Dallas, Philadelphia, all that kind of stuff. With these high quarterback contracts, even Kansas City. Look at Kansas City. The roster that they built in Kansas City isn't nearly as what it was when Patrick Mahomes first started in the NFL. So it just, same thing in Green Bay. He didn't have a big roster. He didn't have a star-studded roster like they do in Dallas, like they do in Miami. So yeah, give your guy your money. You're gonna roll your dice and put your bets on Jordan Love. Why not? Why not? Let us know your thoughts on the Jordan Love contract extension, with him now being the highest paid quarterback in NFL history with that 4-year, $220 million contract extension for Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. As always, hit that like, subscribe. We appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next episode of the VSN Quick Hitters.